Hello everyone. Today we have some crazy hair and some bad lighting, but it's fine. I was not going to do anything to my hair because I knew that I was paying a lady to do it for me. So, we are on to chapter 26 today. Oh my gosh, you can see my kitchen. I made this invention thing of pegboard, and there's like tape. I'm still working on it. I should hide it. There we go. Now everything looks less messy. So we are on to chapter 26 today, and the title of this one was Taking a Walk. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started reading. I wish that Mr. and Me's visitors would get lost, said Lisa, and she stretches out on a red checked blanket. I want to go downstairs or to the studio. I'm bored stiff. Then read a book, says Eva. I don't feel like it. Will you take a walk with me? She asks and begins to yawn loudly. No, I'm reading. It's nice weather. No, it isn't. It's raining. It never rains where we walk. The sun shines all the time. All right, says Eva, and she lays her book down on the nightstand. Tell me where we're going. To Grandpa Zadok and Grandma Esther in Groningen. Fine, come on, sit up. She extends her hands and pulls Lisa upright. Then she moves next to her. Close your eyes, Lisa commands. We're walking down the Folkenstraat. Let's stop at number 5. A No 1860 is printed in gold letters above the window of the guest room. Can you see it? We won't be going inside because Grandpa and Grandma aren't home anyways. Eva nods. Her eyes remain closed. Let's keep walking, Eva. Past Schonte de Beer's pastry shop. How wonderful it smells, Eva whispers. I smell vanilla and butter and cinnamon. Now we're walking past number 11. That's Uncle Aaron Stoppelman's house. There are a lot of bicycles in his shop window. We'll cross the street now, says Lisa. I want to stop at Heidelschem Bakery. It's number 52. Come on, let's buy some egg cookies. So, Gebesti Kinderin, she says, intimidating Aunt Jenny Hildesheim's voice. My blessed children, what will it be today? Do you want some Plevelkoken? Oh my god, I'm butchering this, you guys. I'm so sorry. Yes, egg cookies, says Lisa in her own voice. My grandma and grandpa will pay for them later. That will be on Friday when they come to my bakery to pick up the Sabbath challahs. Friday. A white tablecloth, candles, and, says Lisa in her own voice again. Stop, Lisa. I've had enough. I want to read now. Then I'll walk by myself. Lisa opens her eyes a bit. I'm going past number 49, Uncle Louis Meyer's shop. I smell nutmeg and coffee and... Do you smell coffee? Yes, indeed you do. Mr. and Me has entered the room so quietly that they didn't even hear him. I served the last of the real coffee to my guests. From now on, I'll only be able to offer artificial coffee when company comes, he says. And now it's time to eat, girls. My guests have left. We had a good visit. I didn't hear anything, says Lisa. Then surely you were totally absorbed in what you were doing. For we weren't speaking quietly at all, says Mr. and Me. He pulls Lisa's pigtail and sits down next to her. What were you doing? Taking a walk. Oh, where? In Groningen. Was it fun? Yes, we bought egg cookies. I can smell them, he says, and takes a deep breath. Oh no. He runs down the hall. I smell something burning. My endive. Run, children. Otherwise we'll have nothing else to eat today. Our gas will be shut off at 1 p.m. again. They run down the stairs as quietly as they can. The smell is getting worse. Maybe the whole kitchen is burning up, Lisa pants. Stay in the hall, Eva. We're not allowed in the kitchen. Everyone can see us there. Take a look. Mr. and Me is standing in the hall with a blue pan in his hand. The white interior is now pitch black. I'll have to throw the endive away, he says, and looks as though something terrible has happened. Then we'll eat only potatoes and meat today. He puts the pan in the sink and turns on the water. Bits of charred endive splatter against the cabinet. I'll clean this up later. We'll eat first. Eva, will you bring the meat to the table? And Lisa, Bring the potatoes. I'll carry the gravy. Aren't you curious at all about my company? Asked Mr. and me when they're sitting at the dining room table. Don't you want to know who the people were and why they came? He spears a piece of meat onto his fork. Guests are boring, Lisa grumbles. Mr. and me lays his fork down next to his plate. The meat is still attached. It makes a brown spot on the tablecloth. The guests weren't boring to me, and they shouldn't be boring to you either, he says secretively. The girls look at each other and shrug their shoulders. Why not? Why shouldn't they be boring to us? Lisa asks and crams half a potato into her mouth. They were a mother and father of a girl named Marlene. She'll be having a birthday soon, and her parents would like to invite her whole class to come here and see a puppet show. Our salary will be most unreal. A pound of butter. Just think of that. We'll be earning 130 guilders for a 1-hour show. That's what a pound of butter is worth now. I say we, because my little brunettes are going to help out. Mr. Me stands up and bows to Eva. Lisa, this is my new assistant puppeteer, he announced. He bows to Lisa. Eva, this is my new assistant to the assistant. No, Lisa cries, nearly choking on her potato. I don't want to be an assistant. I want to stay upstairs. What about you, Eva? I don't want to be an assistant either. I want to stay upstairs too. Finish your meal, he says. Don't think about it right now. We'll talk about it later. I'll start cleaning up this mess in the kitchen. They hear water running into a bucket, then the squeaking of a cloth rubbing against the cabinet. It's too bad there are no curtains in the kitchen, says Lisa. Otherwise, we could help him too. Mr. and me is sick, says Eva. Have you noticed how little he's been eating lately? And how can he let us be his assistants? I don't understand it at all. I don't either. And thinking about it gives me a stomachache, says Lisa. She pushes her plate away. I don't want any more. I'll bring my plate to the hall. Could you please take mine? Eva spits a piece of meat onto her plate. I'm finished too. Lisa walks into the hall. Mr. Me, she calls. Here are our plates. She watches as he climbs down a step stool. Thank you, he says, and takes the dishes. Now run along and find something pleasant to do. She pauses for a moment and sees Mr. and me sit down on the bottom step and put her plate on his lap. He sets Eva's plate on the floor next to him. Lisa can't move. She stands transfixed as though the black and white floor has grabbed a hold of her feet. She stares at Mr. and me, who wolfs down the food scraps in big bites and licks the plate clean. He does with the other plate. Even Eva's half-chewed piece of meat disappears. Mr. and me, she calls softly. Mr. and me. He does not answer. The next chapter is titled Hail Hitler. So I'm going to let you guys have some time to kind of think about what this chapter might be about. I'm very curious because this does not sound like a fun chapter title, but I guess we will just have to see. Looks like we have three chapters after this, so have a great day. Today is Tuesday. You are almost halfway through your school week, your second to last school week, so have an awesome day. I miss you all.